What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now we're going to do the final review over the Orion knives Aries. This is the second take of this video because I started doing it, and I was like, okay, well, I need a couple knives to try to show you guys an example or something like that, and I don't even have a knife that shows the example. So, let's just take two, right? Um, Not a bad knife overall, very affordable, and not bad materials, obviously. 14C 28N for that blade steel, which is good stuff. Very affordable, and this is going to be coming in at $89. So definitely affordable, pretty good materials on it, very budget friendly, which is great for everyone. One thing I was trying to show an example of was the blade style, because that's one thing I really didn't have a clue about, like what it is. I said like a drop point slash Tonto, and it is a Tonto of sorts. It's an American Tonto. Now, I do not know the definition of an American Tonto, so I don't know if what qualifies it as that. Um, so I don't know if it's that long like slope right there, because I never really would have associated that with a Tonto. But I guess it is. I don't know. I guess that's the definition of it, kind of, or the standard, whatever you want to call it. But I thought this Tonto was like very like elongated out this way instead of more going up. I felt it was more coming out, so I didn't really care for that. The blade, yeah, I'm not real big into the blade shape, I guess. I don't know if they have other blade shapes. They might on the website. I just don't remember seeing one. I know they have different knives, obviously, but don't know about this blade shape. But it's not bad overall. It gets the job done. And that's what's, the purpose. And obviously, my opinion is just my opinion. You're allowed to like a knife just because I don't necessarily like the blade shape, right? What was pretty cool about this knife is the pivot lock. As you can see right inside, it has that little notch sticking out right in there. Once you obviously engage the lock, it goes in and obviously closes. And very, very pretty smooth. Like, I'm gonna say it's pretty smooth. Very pretty smooth is what I was trying to say. That doesn't make sense, right? It does, but it sounds stupid though. But it's pretty smooth. You have the fuller slot right here. For reverse flick, that's the way to do it pretty much. Like, it's very smooth, works every time. I don't really like the flicking it with my thumb. I like the slow roll though. It works perfect slow roll. I love it. I don't know why. If I have a good slow roll on a knife, it makes me all giddy inside. You know what I mean? No, not really. That's all right then. No big deal. But I do like a slow roll. That's pretty nice. And this has that. Like, it's smooth all the way around, up from bottom to, I guess from the bottom to top, I guess you could say, down to up. I don't know. But yeah, so it is pretty smooth, and I do like that. And I do like the pivot lock. I just feel like it's kind of, I don't know. I wish it just almost looked a little bit more, it sounds stupid, but more uniform. Like, I feel like, yes, they have this big slot right there, and then you have your screw right there. Then it's just like, bleh. But that's all right, though. It's a budget-friendly knife, too, on top of that. So you just got to, sometimes you just got to make do with what you get. And it's not a bad knife. It's a great knife. Would be a fantastic user. And plus, like, these pivot locks, I think they're, the first one I saw was I don't know if it was Riot's PX, whatever it was, PXLX or something like that, or the Vosteed and Kylo. They're all kind of the same-ish. Obviously, they're different in sorts, but it's kind of the same thought, pivot lock, you know what I mean? Um, so obviously this is going off of that. And I don't know how close they are in exact, like, mechanisms on the inside. And I don't take knives apart that are not mine, so that's why I don't know a lot about what's inside. If I owned one, I could take it apart, but I don't. But it is a cool knife, though, nonetheless. I don't know. It just looks a little. I don't know. I don't know. It's not bad though, and I'm not saying it's bad. So yeah, okay. I'm just looking at it again. It's not bad. One thing I liked that it did have this little guard right here for your hand, because I always get paranoid. I told in the first impressions of pushing the button. I always get paranoid because I like to choke up too. And with this, like, you can still choke up a little bit, get your thumb out there, and I'm not hitting that button. And that's what I like. I don't want safety first. I don't want to try to cut something and find myself missing a finger or having a big old gash or something like that. And that would be something that would bug me. But they did very like good job on the design of that. And ergonomically, it's phenomenal. Like it really does feel pretty good. You have some great G10 right there. Black G10 is textured. It's very nice, very nice, very nice. Great for gripping. Great for gripping. Yeah, it is nice though. I like that. The pocket clip is titanium. Not bad. A little tight, a little tight. Um, I don't like there's not a lot of room underneath for your pocket, so you kind of have to really kind of get it in there. You know, sometimes it just use kind of helps, kind of break it in a little bit, but there's not a lot of space right there, so it's something you kind of have to feel out, I guess. It is reversible though too, which is nice. Bomb diggity. Um, and it does have a nice compound grind on it also. So there you go. It's black stone wash. Let's get some measurements and stuff like that for you real quick. We're gonna weight also, because it is pretty light too, which is nice too. I like that. If it's not gonna be titanium, make it light. Wow, that's really 4.3. Okay, so it's heavier than I thought. It really does not feel heavy. I don't say that. I say it sometimes. Maybe I'm just like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old. My hands aren't like they used to be. You know what I mean? Um, I do construction, so maybe I'm just not good with weights, like telling the difference between them. Um, good size, yeah, good size blade. You have about a 3.45 inch blade or cutting edge, and then overall you have like a 8.25. So you have a pretty good size blade right there for you, a pocket knife to carry. Now let's check these screws out real quick. I'm assuming T8. They're looking T8. That's what they're saying to me. But let's see. T8, T8, woo, T8. Oh man, can you believe that? Do you believe that? T8 for everything. Freaking crazy. Orion, yeah, all right. You did all right. I'm pretty impressed. Um, let's do a quick comparison size-wise. We have a Praxis. So that's right. Wow, okay. So that's right with the Praxis right there. I didn't think it was that big. It didn't feel that big. I don't know. Which I guess that's good though. There's a raccoon. So it's obviously a little bit bigger than that. So there's like the blade size comparison type stuff. Not bad though. Really not. Really impressed with it. It does, like I said, have a couple things. Like, the pivot's a little goofy. Not really. Not That's just a preference thing. That's me being freaking goofy. It's not really a big deal. It opens smooth. I really like that. No jimping though. Kind of a sad day. That's alright though. A lot of knives I'm seeing don't always have jimping, and I prefer jimping. I feel like it makes me feel better. I like it better, but that's all right. But ergonomically, this thing is nice. Very neutral, but feels great in hand. Pocket clip, you don't really feel it. You have a nice, also like a G10 backspacer right there too, which is really nice. But overall, pretty solid. I'm gonna say it's pretty good. 89 bucks. For 89 bucks, you can't beat this. I wonder if that's, sorry, the it looks like I'm being dirty with it or something like that. But the button spins, so I was wondering if it was gonna pop off or something. But no, it just spins. Okay, so sorry, I just now noticed that. Just checking it out. But yeah, so I got them. You guys like the video, leave a thumbs up. If you got any more questions about it or anything like that, just let me know down in the comment section. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks.